Hello collectors, welcome back to the channel. My name is Doug and you're watching Joe Wood Collector. Today we're going to do a deep dive on the beautiful and large Sporting News Supplement from the M101-2 set. Measuring in at nearly 8 by 10, the 100-piece set was inserted at a rate of 1 every other issue from 1909 to 1913 in the Sporting News. They feature magnificent sepia-toned action photographs that seem to capture the game in a way that no other baseball cards were able to do from beyond World War I. With the way the photographs focus on the players and blur the background, they are hauntingly beautiful. Often overlooked by collectors, the Sporting News supplements were issued weekly with a number of interruptions between 1909 and 1913. They picture some of the greatest stars of the dead ball era. Designated as M101-2 in the American Card Catalog, these photos were inserts in the Sporting News, a widely distributed weekly newspaper. The sepia tone supplements are printed on paper and measure approximately 8 by 10 inches. In most instances, they are blank-backed, although some examples have been found with advertising on the reverse that promotes the set itself. The Sporting News inserted its first supplement of the series, a photo of Roger Bresnahan, in its July 22, 1909 issue. This marked the beginning of a 100 supplement set that was issued over the next 4 years. Cobb, Wagner, Mathewson, Jackson, as well as most of the stars and semi-stars of the period were featured. A collector would be hard-pressed to find a contemporary issue that is as inclusive of the best players from that time period. 32 Hall of Famers are featured in this set. In addition to the single-player poses, multiple player poses are also included, the most famous being the Wagner-Cobb handshake before the 1909 World Series. 6 team photos, 4 were issued in double-page format measuring 10 by 16 inches. Managers, owners, and umpires also were featured on these inserts. Some of the supplements show game action, while others pictures old stadium scenes in the background. Many of the supplements display an action pose of the player with the background fogged out. 2 basic design styles were used on the M101-2s. The first 10 supplements issued had a narrow white panel across the top that spans like the entire width of the photo. Printed in fancy script within the white area is Supplement to the Sporting News, St. Louis, along with the date of the issue. On the bottom of the picture, a small text box identifies the player and team affiliation. The remaining 90 supplements have 2 small text boxes, one located near the top of the photo and the other near the bottom. In the top box, Supplement to the Sporting News, St. Louis, and date of issue is printed. The bottom box contains the player's name and team. The small ad shown was printed in the July 15, 1909 Sporting News. It introduced the M101-2s, stating that each supplement would be a remarkable lifelike reproduction of the stars of the diamond. It continued by explaining that the photogravures could be acquired by purchasing the Sporting News, and the first supplement, Bresnahan, would be included in the following week's edition. Another notable ad appeared March 17, 1910 issue. It was called Supplement Number 35, Cornelius McGillicuddy, and provided a short write-up about Mac, as well as advising the reader to purchase a copy of the next issue to take a look at Connie. A small percentage of the M101-2s have advertising of the Sporting News on the reverse. A recent survey that involved polling collectors and monitoring auction sales revealed only 9 ad-back examples of about 1,100 inserts. One of the 4 different advertisements can be found on these 9 examples. 2 Zimmerman M101-2s have been documented with ad-backs, each with the same advertisement. The 4 variations of advertising printed on the backs of the supplements are illustrated here. At this time, no supplement has been reported for the same player with 2 different back types. However, the sample of supplements with ad backs is too small to be able to draw a meaningful conclusion about the number of different back types that may have been printed for a given player. All of the ad back examples were at one time folded into 6 parts and most likely mailed in an envelope to a potential or existing subscriber. While the specific content of the advertisement differs between the 4 known types, the general message is to renew or begin a subscription to the Sporting News. In return for subscribing, the customers would receive a group of listed M101-2s, a 1916 Sporting News record book, and Sporting News postcards. The incentives differ among the advertisements, with one offering only 20 M101-2s. The most generous ad offers the new subscribers 75 supplements, the record book, and the postcards. None of the M101-2 redemption list on any of the advertisements offer the complete set. They list from 75 to 90 supplements. The player supplements not listed are the biggest names like Cobb, Wagner, and Mathewson. The supplements used in the promotions were apparently taken from excess inventory of the original printings. Many of the players in the ads are listed with team associations from their 1914 and 1914 teams. Changes from the teams shown on the supplements themselves. From this and other information within the ads, the 4 ads can be chronologically sequenced as shown above. The earliest ad with the heading, "Do You Want?" was likely used in the 1913, followed by the Free, Free, Free promotion in 1914, which identifies many of the players with their 1914 Federal League teams. The red, blue, and the green printed ads followed in late 1915 or 1916, as indicated by the 1916 Sporting News record book offered along with the supplements. The ad printed in green offers a reduced number of supplements, 70 players, down from the 75 on the red-blue ad. This was no doubt due to dwindling inventory of original stock, and places the green ad last in the sequence. With a little patience, completing the M101-2 set in mid-grade is not exceedingly difficult. There are no documented short prints, although demand for certain players like Jackson, Wagner, and Cobb make these supplements seem more difficult to obtain than others. Joe Jackson supplement is the most highly sought after. The Wagner-Cobb supplement is considered the second most valued player in the set. Condition is often an issue. The supplements were intended for display and often were, as evidenced by the paste marks, tape stains, and tack holes that exist on many surviving examples. The M101-2 set has great imagery and a high percentage of Hall of Fame members. While they may lack the broad appeal of issues like the T206 or the 33 Gaudies, their large format showing both full series and some facial detail for most players gives M101-2s considerable approval for many collectors. The baseball fan of today has easy access to images of players in print on the internet and on television. In the early 20th century, many fans had limited or no opportunity to see their favorite baseball players. The M101-2s filled a niche by providing a close-up view of the game and its supporting cast.